What's going on YouTube? This is Austin here from Austin, Dakota. You know what? I'm not even gonna do an intro. But first off, before I go any further with this video, happy 4th of July to everybody. Hopefully you guys had a safe, healthy, and blessed 4th of July. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun, ate a lot of great food, had a lot of fun. But this video, I'm going to explain why this game right here, AEW Fight Forever, needs help. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, hey, Austin, where's AEW Fight Forever content? Or, hey, Austin, are we going to get an AEW Fight Forever Road to Elite playthrough? We're going to get that eventually. You guys will see videos of AEW Fight Forever matches, Road to Elite playthrough. You guys will see it. But here is why it needs help. Well, first off, there's some pros to it. Let's get the pros out of the way. The controls. The controls are arcade. They're taking us back to the N64 days where it was much more simpler controls. I don't have a problem with that. The problem is when you have your PS4 or whatever connected to your Wi-Fi, the game crashes every single time. So in order to play this, you have to turn your Wi-Fi off in order to play it. First off, we shouldn't have to shut off our Wi-Fi if we want to play AEW Fight Forever. We shouldn't have to shut off our Wi-Fi if we want to play a wrestling game. Because if we're connected, the game crashes. So us PS4 users, we can't play AEW Fight Forever when our consoles are connected to Wi-Fi. We have to wait for an update. But we know THQ and them, when are we going to get an update? When are we going to get an update? We should have an update within the next few weeks. I hope. Because if not, this game is bound to be a disaster for anyone who wants to play online with their friends. Now, I saw a video about somebody talking about it. I think it was Generation Kenny, I believe. When this goes up as a video, I'll have a link in the description box below for you guys to go check out Generation Kenny's video. Him talking about like how AEW Fight Forever has been crashing and all that. But us AEW fans, now I watch AEW. I do. I think AEW is a great quality wrestling show along with AEW Collision. But when they do this, when they pull something like this, when they go to crash, when they want to crash the game, when the game wants to crash, when our consoles are connected to Wi-Fi, it's like, why? THQ and Ukes and Play AEW games, fix your game. This game has already been met with mixed reviews. People are positive about it, people are negative about it, because anytime we go to play Exhibition, when our consoles are online, connected to our Wi-Fi, it crashes every single time. Every single time. I shelled out the money for this game. I shelled out the money for it. I didn't even get a release date. It came out Thursday. It was supposed to come out. It came out Thursday, June 29th. I was supposed to get it the 29th. I got it the next day. Next day, I go to play it. Starts right up. Get into a match. Plays no problem. Next day, I go to play it. PS4 is connected to Wi-Fi. Crashes. It crashed on me 4 separate times. That's what it did. It crashed on me 4 separate times. And I was hyping the game. I mean, I did it outside of YouTube because I didn't know like how the reaction was going to be on YouTube if I was hyping the game up. But we made AEW. We were clamoring for years for AEW to finally make a video game, and we got it, and this was the payoff. We have to disconnect our PS4 from our Wi-Fi in order to play the game. which I think is absolutely ridiculous. And they're already looking into the issue. Look into the issue further and get a patch for the game so that way us PS4 users, we can play the game when it gets patched. But until then, we have to keep disconnecting our PS4s from our Wi-Fi in order to play Fight Forever. That's ridiculous. We shouldn't have to disconnect our gaming console from our Wi-Fi to play the game. We shouldn't have to do that. And it's also been a while since we last had an alternative wrestling game. Now, when I was growing up, I had a PlayStation 2. If you looked at the majority of my PlayStation 2 games, you saw wrestling right there. I mean, I had most of the wrestling games. I had TNA Impact. I had the SmackDown vs. Raw games. I had the 3 SmackDown games that came out on PlayStation 2. Just Bring It, Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain. I had All Stars. I had, like I said, the majority of the SmackDown vs. Raw games. Backyard Wrestling. Those kind of games were like alternative wrestling games. Now, fast forward to the PS4. One of the best alternative wrestling games to play is Fire Pro Wrestling World right now. If I had to recommend any alternative PlayStation 4 wrestling game, for right now, it's not AEW Fight Forever until they patch it. But as of right now, Fire Pro Wrestling World. I've played it. I absolutely love that game. It's one of the best alternative wrestling games to date. Then I hear that AEW is finally making a wrestling game, and it's like, oh my gosh, AEW Fight Forever, it's going to outdo 2K and all that. But then it comes out, and it crashes for us PS4 users. Now, 2K, on the other hand, when they notice that the game starts crashing or whatever, they'll patch it. They'll provide updates. 2K23, when that game came out, it had a bunch of updates to fix online stability and online modes. At least 2K takes their time and tries to patch up where the error is. As far as this goes, they're taking a while. Now, I mean, you guys can unsubscribe if you want, but the people that give me the likes, give me the comments, that have subscribed to my channel, you guys are my motivation to keep going. This channel now has over 300 subscribers. I'll go and say that now. This channel has now hit the 300 subscriber milestone. So thank you guys so much for getting this channel to 300 subscribers. It means the world to me. You guys are like my motivation to keep going. I appreciate it. So will we get AEW Fight Forever content? So you guys are probably wondering, will we get AEW Fight Forever matches and a Road to Elite gameplay or a Road to Elite playthrough for this game? I'm going to say not right now. Not right now until the game gets patched. Once it's patched, then maybe, just maybe, you guys will get AEW Fight Forever matches and playthroughs. So until then, AEW, THQ Nordic, and Ukes, fix your wrestling game. We shouldn't have to disconnect our PS4s in order to play this wrestling game. Fix the issue. This game needs help, and that's the reasoning why.